What's up, everybody? Russ with rwgresearch.com here. So check it out. I had a problem and I solved it very interestingly, and so I thought I'd just make a quick video on it for this week. So I have these two pieces of pipe, and I have a 1-inch diameter thing that needs to go in here. Unfortunately, this is not 1 inch. So I do have a cutter. Alright, I have a 1-inch cutter. Is this a 1 or 1 1/4? Yeah, 1-inch cutter. Alright, but I cannot get this in my in my mill. Okay, my mill does not accept a 1-inch tool. I don't have an adapter, so I figured out a just totally different way of doing this. So I need this bore. You can see what it looks like in there, maybe. See that big old lip in there? Alright, I want to bore that out just a little bit. Alright, let me measure it and see what actually the diameter really is. Alright, there's the actual diameter of this guy, okay? Not quite 1 inch, we're like 50 thousandths shy. So I'm going to show you what I did and how I did it on the lathe in order to cut this. Alright, so I have taken this pipe fitting and put it in the chuck on the lathe, alright, and determined its proper fitting. I put some really good blue tape on here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread this on here really good, alright, and get it the tightness I wish it to be so I don't have these moving later. Okay, now that I have it in there, I have this really nasty lip right here that I want to remove. So I'm just going to actually take another tool or a razor blade and just scrape this off so it's flush with the rest of this thing. Can't do it one hand. Alright, now that I got that in place, I actually went ahead and moved this tool holder backwards so I have a nice flat area to work with. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring the tool end right to where I don't hit anything. And I went ahead and set the tool end at a slight taper. There's a slight angle on this thing because that's the way it fits the pipe. And actually you can see there's a gap right there. I'm actually going to loosen this, adjust this to get it perfectly flat, and set it right up against it. And then I'm going to clamp it to this. Let me show you. Okay, now that I've clamped it to that, I've clamped it quite tightly, and I've got it perfectly lined up with everything here, so it cannot move. I'm going to head and tighten this, but I'll give it a quick little good tight. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, since everything is perfectly centered, concentric as it can be anyway, I'm going to actually release this, pull it out. Now I'm going to put my cutter in here, and this should be as close or as good as it's going to be for what I need to actually bore a hole using the cutter tool. So let's do that. Okay, now we're cutting with what we used to be as our jig, right? So this is pretty good. It's not going anywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and fire this thing up. I got to go in nice and slow. We're just going to cut this out real easy. So I'm just going nice and easy. I could even offset this if I wanted the hole to be a little bigger. I can't really see when I'm starting to cut, so I just got to go nice and easy so it doesn't get caught and rip it out of there. We do not want that. There you go, it's starting to cut. So I'm just cutting off, what, 25 thousandths on each side, right? So it's a tiny, tiny little bit. You can see it cutting there, though. So nice and easy. We're just going to go all the way in. Want to cut all the way down to the inside. The thing I'm putting in here doesn't have to go all the way down, but I want to make sure I got a good clearance all the way to the bottom. I'm holding the camera while machining this, so sorry if it's a little shaky. There, you can see it's starting to cut out. So I'm going to go all the way until I'm in the center, approximately, which is about right there. And I'm just going to take it back out. I'm cutting slow so it doesn't get hot, because what I don't want is the whole thing to get caught and rip off. Look at that clean hole in there. That thing looks nice. Okay, and now I'm going to take it off there and show you what it looks like. Alright, so here we go. Got it cut out. And there you can see it's really nice right down to the bottom. So anyway, tips and tricks. Love you guys. Peace out. Read the Bible more. Later.